Alright, so here's my setup here. So I have the Ohlins spring. This is the original spring. This is the Ohlins, the shiny one's the Ohlins dampening rod, and this is the original dampening rod. Let's look at this real fast, or at least the manual here. This is the point I wanted to show you guys. So on the Ohlins, there's the compression side and there's the rebound side, right? So you look at it on the nut side, the end of the rod. On the nut side, you see like a little spring along there. That's the compression side, and the nut and the spring is over here on this side. On the rod side, that's the rebound side. And the other way you can also look at it is the piston ring. There's a piston ring in here. On the compression side, the piston ring, one side on the piston ring is flat and the other side has steps. The step faces the nut. And on the rebound side, same thing, the flat side and the step side, but on this case, the step side faces the rod. Okay, so compression and rebound, so be mindful of that. Let's look at the stock one first. So here's the stock one, and you have the here's the little, that little step right there. That's the piston ring. So you can see the steps facing the rod. So that means this is the rebound side. The interesting about the stock rod is that both of them are the same. So both of them are rebound. Basically, this rod has no compression dampening. It only has rebound dampening. Okay. And here's the Ohlins rod. And remember the Ohlins rod with the spring on the nut side. So this is the so this rod is the compression rod. So if it was a rebound rod, the spring over here would be on this side, on the rod side. So I actually already put the rebound side on the fork leg. I already did that leg, so that leg's all done. So this obviously is the compression side. So this is the left leg. Right leg is usually rebound. Left leg is compression. So that's how you remember it easily. Right rebound, left compression, or right for rebound, R and R, right? So we're gonna reuse the negative spring here, and we're gonna reuse the this little step piece here. Okay. So let's slide out the negative spring and put it in the Ohlins. So put the negative spring on there, and this piston ring is really easy to come out. So where the split is, there's a split right there. Get your thumbnail right in there, and just kind of gently, real easily, like so. And this thing is plastic, so be very gentle with it because it'll break real easy. If you do, you have to get a new one. Otherwise, you're kind of fucked. I'm not even sure you could get a new one because on the service manual, it does not show you taking the lower leg off at all. It doesn't even show you the spring at all. So basically, so I mean, I haven't looked up the parts, so I'm not sure if you can actually get the parts, new parts or not. All right. So here again, this is the compression leg side on the Ohlins. So remember the step go towards the nut, or the step goes towards the spring, point towards the spring. All right. Let's actually double check on this picture again. So there's that's the compression side with the with the nut end and the little spring inside there, and the step points towards the spring, towards the nut end. Okay, so I got my my step side versus the flat side. So this, if it's this way, it would be rebound, but it's not. This is compression, so there's this step direction. So that's the proper side. So here, just basically gently, easily, like so. Like that's it. And you're good to go. So that's the dampening rod. So I showed you the dampening rod. Let's actually look at the springs themselves. So here are the two springs. One side is let me level this out. So one side is, the bottom one is the stock, and the top one is the Ohlins. And you see the Ohlins is about, I'm gonna say about 30 millimeters shorter. So about 30 millimeters shorter than the stock one. Actually, let me compress this. Let me squeeze the two ends. See how it feels. How soft or firm it is. So that's pretty firm. That's the Ohlins. This is the stock. Oh, the stock is softer. Stock is softer squeezing, and this Ohlins is the softer Ohlins. So on the end of the spring, there's a part number. So this is the softer one. I know because it's the part number here. It says 68,000-03. On the part number here, 68,000-03 is the 5 Newton meter, so that's the softest spring, whereas the 68,000-05 is a 6 Newton meter, so that's the firmer spring. So remember these two springs, the cutoff point is 80 kilograms rider weight, or about 175, 176 pounds rider weight. So if you're under 75, 76, use the 5. If you're over, use the 6. Or actually, if you're right on, I would probably use a combination of both. So there's that. So that's the spring right there. So I got a spring there. Actually, let's look at the firmer spring. So compare the soft spring with the firmer spring. So the top one's the firmer spring, the bottom one's is the softer spring. So you can see the firmer spring, the coil is further apart than the softer spring. I actually also measured these two, the diameter. This one is a little bit smaller in diameter than this other one. So anyway, so there's that. Let's see. Let's look at the top cap parts. So top cap part, you have the top cap with the bolt. In this little bag, you got 4 parts. Got 4 parts in here. You have a circlip. The circlip, basically, on the Ohlins rod, there's a little slot right here for the circlip, because the stock rod, this part is threaded, right? So there's a nut thread on here. So it threads on that. Whereas this one, there's no thread, so there's a circlip for that. There's a little copper sealing washer. So that copper sealing washer goes on this bolt here. That's on the top cap. So remember, there's oil there, so the oil has a seal, so the oil doesn't escape, right? So that's what the sealing washer is here for, on the top cap. So it's like so. So let's leave that alone. So I got my circlip. Here's a little washer here. This washer goes on the dampening rod, and there's 2 sides to it. If you look at it really carefully, right there, see that one side has a chamfer or a bevel on the inside of that hole, whereas the other side doesn't. It's just square. So you want to put the circlip on. Then once the circlip's on, the side with the chamfer rests against the circlip. Okay, so that's very important. Don't do it this way. You could damage the circlip. So if you do it this way, it won't damage the circlip. So that's one piece. And this spacer here, this spacer goes on the bottom of the fork, because remember the Ohlins spring, not the bottom of the fork. Yeah, the bottom of the fork, where the spring is. Remember, the Ohlins spring is about 30 millimeters shorter than the stock spring. So this helps take up that space. So that's the spacer there. Okay. So I'll make another video when I put this back together.